All right, guys. So, hello. Over the next few days, what I wanted to do was get a bunch of videos up to just basically go over a couple of things that, we haven't been able to touch on our social media Zooms yet. So, I swear to you, an hour goes by so quickly, at least for us. I don't know. But so, what I wanted to do was touch on the branding aspect of what Ashley mentioned the other day, or yesterday in the Zoom, and the other day actually in the other Zoom. So I wanted to show you, because a lot of times people immediately think, oh, you have to be a great photographer. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that to make your profile look amazing. And the reality of it is, as long as your photo is not blurry, as long as you kind of get the idea of things, you can make things look amazing. So some of you might already know this, some of you might not. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share, let's see, I'm going to share my phone with you. And hopefully it goes. All right. So right now, so I have a folder over here, as you can see, for photo and video, because I do so many things with pictures and things like that. Because when you're branding yourself, your photos, you need to have a consistent look. Okay, that's your brand. You need to be consistent with what it looks like. Your photos can't be blurry, they can't be too dark, things like that. You want things to really pop. Do you need a crazy, amazing, camera or phone? No. But you do need to know your way around some apps. So I know that Ashley mentioned yesterday Pic Go. That's a huge one. You'll see that right at the top left. That's something I use all the time. But one thing that I use even more than that is Lightroom. Okay, that's at the bottom left. I would highly suggest, if you are going to run your business on social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or something else, you want to make sure that your pictures are popping. And I get that question a lot about, how do you make your pictures pop? How do you make your pictures look like whatever? My specific brand, okay, for me, I have found the type of photos that I like, as far as colors, as far as, whether they're muted or bright or things like that. So I'm going to show you some examples of how Lightroom can really, really change everything for you. So let's go in. Okay, so I have a couple examples already that I put into a folder. It's just my family. So once you're in Lightroom, it'll pull up all your photos, but this is just a folder I made in there for examples. So let's just show you, for example, let's see. All right, this is my sister, my brother-in-law, and my adorable twin nephews. So this was from, obviously, Christmas, and it was just an outtake of some photos that I took for them. So this is the normal color, okay? This is the normal, what it looks like, right? But now I want you to see something. At the bottom over here, you'll see all these tools. So if you scroll all the way, right, you'll see something called presets. Now, I will tell you how to get these presets after this. But for right now, say, for example, that photo looks great, just how it is, right? But I want to really make it pop, because I'm using social media. It's not just my personal profile or my personal stuff, but also for my business, okay? So I could do, say, the black tea, for example, and that's what it looks like, right? That looks cool. You can see the difference here. That's before, that's after. That looks pretty cool. You might want that look for your brand. You might think that that's what you want, okay? Now let's say we did coconut. I know a lot of people use this one, or things that are similar to this one. I'll show you the before, okay? And then they kind of like whitewash it out and really saturate it or unsaturate it, and then really up the contrast, so that way it's, you could see there's shadows that are darker. That also looks great. That looks like a magazine shot, and that was just an outtake, okay? Or let's go back to the original. That's the original. You could do things like, my favorite is this one. This is, for my brand, this is one of the main ones that I use. So you could pop it up, right? And then here's again the original. And look at the difference, you guys. Look at how, even the background, look at how crisp that is, okay? My little Leo. That's my little Leo. So that's what you could do too. And then there's other ones. I know I have friends of mine actually that use things like this, where it's just very muted and it takes away the saturation. And again, here's the before to show you. So that's what it looks like after, right? There's also, I have friends that use this one where everything is like really like clay almost looking. But for them, they seem to love it. So again, these are all different. These are the ones that I've downloaded and I absolutely love. So let me show you another example. Okay. Let's say, here's a perfect one. All right. This is actually right by us, this beach. So this is exactly what it looks like normally. Okay. Now let's go to presets. I could post that, right? I could post that. It's not a bad photo. It's colorful, sure. But again, because people are visual just by nature, right? We are visual creatures. When we are on social media, what we want to be doing is making people stop and look at what we have to say or what we have to show, right? That's the big part of attraction marketing. So let's go into presets. So again, here's the original, looks great, but maybe you want to add a little bit of a sunset, right? So that's kind of cool. Looks nice, not too bad. Or maybe you want to whitewash it out and use something like that. Maybe not so much for the beach, but again, people, that's their brand, okay? Or you can do really just open it up with the brightness. That's another one of my favorites. But for the beach, what I would love for a picture like this is to really pop the colors. So I'll go back to the original. Alexa, volume off. Oh, Alexa off, whatever. So that's the original, right? And then I have one in here that I made called Beach. Look at that. Now that would get your attention. You see what I'm saying? Here's the original. Yeah, it's all right, whatever, but look at that. Would you stop and look at that? That looks pretty cool. And that was just a regular picture taken from my phone. But when you put it into Lightroom, you can make it look like a magazine. So again, I'm going to save that like that. Okay. Here's another one, just as an example to show you, because this is kind of dark. This is just Dan and I and Shia were out the other day. Actually, on this screen, it looks a little brighter than what it actually is, but I'm going to show you anyway. So if you wanted to up the grass, for example, or maybe you want to make it really, really faded out, right? Show more of that sunset, you could do that. Or maybe you have another one that looks like that. You could just brighten it up. Or you could do both, like that. So you see how the different, I mean, it's astounding the difference that just a filter on a photo can make. But with Lightroom, it's really important because it's using things like your presets are here, like I said, at the bottom. But then once you do something, you can also go into like detail and color and light and things like that, and really just change up a lot of the stuff once you have your preset on. So you can do whatever you want and then obviously save it and then call it good. So that is Lightroom. Oh, I didn't do my mom. This is my mom, you guys. Really quickly, just to show you another example. So we can make it all beautiful. I mean, that right there, that's perfect. That's perfect. Or we could do a little bit more faded, or maybe just really white. Let me see, coconut. Or something like that, where it's really, really, the contrast is upped. Let's see. Maybe Riesling. Nah, I don't like that. That was kind of cool though. But either way, yeah. So do you see the difference that it does to the photo? I mean, that's just a regular photo, but look at that. Taking that extra step, this is what I want you to understand. Taking that extra step is so important in whether somebody looks at your stuff or not. It literally is a deal breaker when you're doing attraction marketing, right? And when you're using your brand and everything that you are about online, you have to be consistent with your photos. So you can have a couple of favorites, right? You can have a couple of different ones. It's okay. But you have to find what works for you. So where do you get your presets? You can make them, right? If you know a little bit more about Lightroom, you can make them. I'm not going to get into a detailed explanation on that. But what you can do as well, after you download Lightroom, okay, what you can do is go to Etsy and just type in, look, all my stuff that I was looking for. Lightroom, look, it comes up right at the top. Lightroom presets, because that's how popular they are. And watch this. Look at how many. And they're cheap, you guys. They're like $2, $5. All different styles. This is one I have. It's one of them, Riesling. It's a good one. It's not my favorite. I have a few of these, actually. But you can see all the different, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things. Like you might live in Hawaii, right? And all your pictures might be water, beach, things like that. That is a perfect one for you. Bright and airy. Another one that's great. And they'll show you the difference too. See the before photo on the left. You could, and again, the top. I mean, what a difference that presets can make. So again, that's how you can get them and kind of play around with them. If you want to throw around a few extra bucks, they are cheap and cheerful. And I absolutely love them. So that is my biggest tip as far as photos go, Lightroom. And then if you want them, get them on Etsy. So now one other thing I wanted to show you really fast. Okay, so I know that Ashley was talking about branding as well yesterday. And to be honest with you, her profile actually looks different from mine. So that just shows you can do so many different things. For me, I kind of have like up here, right, where it says entrepreneur, vegan, pit mommy, PCOS warrior. Those are things that really explain who I am in a nutshell, right? Up here, and I know she was talking about the aesthetics of, just a plain background with just something, a quote maybe, or just a beach, anything that you're into. So that at the top is very me. So another thing that I want to show you, because I know that you guys were asking yesterday about how do you make the collage, right? But I want to show you a different version too. So it's up to you what you make. I loved hers because there were so many photos that she had. But also for me, I kept it a little bit more simple and I did that, right? So that's mine. I just have a couple of quotes and I moved it around to where you see a couple of photos of me and then some quotes and then that picture down at the bottom that I absolutely love, that one that, I love that, but that's for another day. So yeah, so that's what you can do with your profile too. So there's so many different ways of making your profile look beautiful. Mine's very clean. Hers was very clean too. But I just wanted to show you another version of the featured photos because they're both amazing. So, all right, I think that is it. Let me see. And then of course, pick, tap, go, like she said. But you guys, these are the things that you want to be doing as far as your brand goes, as far as making sure that your brand, your photos, if you're going to use social media and have a presence and all those things, you want to get people, when you send out a friend request, you want people to look at your profile in 5 seconds, be like, yep, I want to add her, boom, or I want to add him, boom, things like that. So I hope that this helps you. If you have any questions at all, just let me know. Look, I even have an Emrys folder. There's so many things that we have. I would highly suggest that as well. Because I know we have a couple of different apps that we have to use. There's actually this time tree app right here is going to be something that I'm going to be introducing to you guys. I know a lot of people hate downloading so many apps, but if you put them all in a folder, you'll be fine. The time tree app is basically a calendar where we can all keep track of the events, the Zooms, things like that. It's a lot easier than me constantly bombarding the Facebook group with tons of different photos. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day and I hope that this helped, and share this with your team, please. Make sure we keep it private, of course, but share within your team. And I can't wait to see all your new profiles. All right. Have a good one. Bye.